This place is great, really comfortable.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Max Payne 3 is upon us. Welcome to another episode of Test Chamber. I'm your host, Andy Reiner. Today I'm joined by Dan Ryckert.
Hey, Reiner.
And Tim Turi.
Hey, Reiner.
Hey, Tim. What's up? You sound a little grim.
I just played through the first part of Max Payne 3 to prepare for this episode, and it's got me kind of down.
Why is that?
I mean, the game's fun and everything, but it's Max Payne's life, you know?
Well, he's looking a little better. Look at the nice suit.
Reiner, he looks
The haircut. Kind of feathered back hair.
much worse, actually.
Well, the TV might not be working, and
Growing a nice beard.
yeah, it looks like he didn't pack much.
Back in light.
Let it go.
So I played through this game for review. I ended up giving it a 9.25 out of 10. Absolutely loved it. The campaign really never slows down once it starts going, and the writing is just fantastic. We'll give you a taste of some of the dialogue here when we get to the nightclub. But yeah, one of the best scripts I've seen from Rockstar for sure.
Definitely looks like a Rockstar game.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and it's obviously running on their Rage engine.
Yeah.
And they just keep bringing this engine forward through all their games, except LA Noire.
It's true. That was that Team Bondi's engine.
You know, if is just having played, you know, through the first level, or the first area, I'd say if you had like a passing interest in Max Payne, like the way, like his life and how terrible it was and how cynical he was as a character, but you didn't like the story was really poorly presented, and the kind of graphic novel way of presenting that wasn't the greatest. This is like the holy grail for treatment of a character that you care about. Like Rockstar is now handling it like completely instead of it being Remedy, you know, and published by Rockstar, and they so far have done awesome things with it.
And it's definitely a bit of a switch. Like, you just saw a brief glimpse of him there with the trench coat. That's not who you usually play as in this game. You're the older Max. You're boozing. You're popping pills. Pretty much the whole game. And you see this effect that's on the screen. That's going to be throughout the entire game. Not at this frequency, but while you're playing in gameplay, screen's going to be distorting. Colors are going to be bleeding out.
Does it get distracting at all at any
It
point?
does.
It does?
But it's intentional, and I think that's Rockstar. Yes, it could just be a graphical thing they think is cool, but I think it's Rockstar trying to tell you that this guy's an addict. He's dealing with his dependency issues throughout the entire game, and they just want to keep hammering that home as you're playing. Like, maybe some of these sequences wouldn't have happened this way if he wasn't drinking. And you'll see in the second chapter of this game, Max is at this nightclub, and he's supposed to be watching this girl, Fabiana, the wife of this guy he's working for. And what does he do? He goes upstairs to the bar.
Which is, I love this touch. That
Studying himself?
he pats the picture of his family twice before he gets up.
Oh, okay.
It's just little things like that you don't get in other games. Maybe
There is-
Naughty Dog.
Yeah, no loading in the game whatsoever. It's very much like Uncharted. It'll just go from these sequences into gameplay.
Does it do like the GTA thing where it's like you get a hefty load at the beginning and then
Yep.
everything's good to go?
Yep, yeah, there's a load at the beginning, and it's cool because they kind of pay homage to the series of old with kind of comic book style still frames that they update depending on your progress in the game for that initial load.
And he just took down 2 bottles of scotch, I'm assuming. There.
It's too much scotch
Yeah,
in one sitting.
not the recommended.
I mean, one will do you pretty good. 2 is
Oh, yeah.
overkill.
A killer.
So here's some snapshots of maybe things to come, maybe things from his past. You don't really know.
Well, that's what they had paid for, so in the end, that's what they got. Say what you want about America.
It looks like he's going to do this guy a favor.
Understand capitalism.
Yeah.
You buy yourself a product and you get what you pay for. And these chumps had paid for some angry...
This narration is all the way throughout the game, which is fantastic.
James McCaffrey is his name?
Yep, and they get you way inside of Max's head. Like, you really do feel like Max when you're playing this. Like, you understand his motivations and why he's doing what he's doing.
I take it goes through like actual gameplay too, not just cutscenes,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the narration, from what I can tell, is just... It flows and it serves such a good purpose of explaining the story, fleshing out his character, then also being like, oh, and they go out like, oh, then he went out to the balcony or whatever. So it kind of pushes you through the game space too.
Okay.
I was working a protection detail for the kind of people who need protection in a town like this. And what kind of town was this? One where I didn't speak the language and they didn't water down their drinks. So for now, we seem to get along.
Yeah, this looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's at this party, and this is a Max I never thought I'd see in a really nice suit, mingling with the rich,
How's the cocktail?
and then looking down on Sao Paulo. The
Slums.
favelas. They're poverty-stricken neighborhoods.
Favela is big.
Yep. Nothing like the view.
Oh, Reiner, I know you've played more of it than I have. Is it a lot of, a pretty long cutscene to set up an area, then there's action, and then a cutscene, or is it more broken up?
It's more broken up.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the beginning. There's a little bit of build-up, obviously, which is needed. But once it starts rolling, it really does just kind of keep going. It gains ahead of steam and rarely slows down as it goes.
Okay.
That didn't mean
No,
much.
I've never been one to skip cutscenes ever, but like, certain games you kind of just want them to end so you can get to the gameplay. Like I'm almost done with Prototype 2 now, and every single time it starts a cutscene, I'm just like, come on, let me just go back to jumping around and killing people. This Rockstar games, every cutscene just grabs me.
Well, the writing is always so good.
Yep.
Like they could do a movie like this and I'd be fine.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I could watch this for an hour and be like, as long as the writing stays there and
Yeah.
the plot remains interesting. That's what's great about video game storytelling is,
Can't remember his name.
and you don't see enough of it. I should say is, if it is compelling, it is a good hook that sets up gameplay, and then once you get to the gameplay, it's such a nice transition. Like, oh my god, that was so awesome. Where's this gonna go next? How does the gameplay tie into this story?
A coke habit will do Ricky Martin look alike.
It's very funny, Max.
Max is a funny guy.
Excuse me.
Like legitimately, like he's cracking me up a little bit when I was playing before.
Yeah, it almost kind of comes across as a dark comedy at times.
For Rodrigo Bronco.
Yeah, let's just see what his dialogue is here.
Built things, did some charity, had things named after him, won awards, owned things, people. One of the trophies he had won was his wife, Fabiana. She was hot and wanted to be dangerous. Some good genes trying to fight their way out of a cesspit. She'd married well and was now at leisure to regret her good fortune. They got along as well.
Yeah,
as
he
a
nails it.
Workaholic and his younger airhead wife tend to get along.
I assume this is the same voice actor, right?
Ignored each other.
Yeah, throughout all of them.
Spent a lot of time with his cokehead younger brother, Marcello. He was a good time guy if your idea of a good time was an expensive bottle of champagne and nothing between the ears. The middle brother, Victor, had just walked in. He was a local politician. Guy was smoother than an oil slick on an iceberg and about as toxic.
Love that.
That's a good line.
Such a great line.
No, but I could imagine the types. People who know if they drink enough, they won't have to feel guilty about their good fortune.
So what do you guys think of this effect so far on all these sequences?
It's been pretty subtle to me. I haven't really noticed it.
I'm starting to get used to it, except for the like Crank did this where it shows words on the screen sometimes.
Right.
That kind of distracts me a little bit, but I could see myself getting used to this.
When it does that, it better be an important thing that they're highlighting, not just something that sounds cool.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I want it to be like an objective or something.
So someone is targeting this family here. The Rodriguez's, Bronco
Fine to fuck up.
and Fabiana.
And now there were two idiots at the wheel.
Clear.
So of course Max was drinking there.
Got this floor?
Okay, and I've got the second controller, so I'll be playing as your co-op partner.
Yeah.
That's how this works, right?
No.
No?
Single player, and then online. There's competitive multiplayer that's 16 player.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Oh, is it not doing the tutorial now? That because Reiner, you played it on this on this system, so we're not getting tutorial now. It had a really fluid, pretty seamless tutorial that we're not seeing now. But
So Tim's playing.
Oh,
Ooh,
this is
some
awesome.
kneecapping there.
I like that I was able just to finish those guys off from the ground.
Oh,
And
you
they
already
give you
killed 50
awesome
people,
in-game
wow.
achievements.
Boss lady. Only this time she wasn't calling.
Hey, why don't you just dive in this area?
Okay.
We'll just kind of show off the tech a little bit,
God, this looks so good.
so you can see the screen whenever he dopes is very similar.
I get into my bed every night.
About to be thrown off.
So you can see he's trying to cover his head there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He got his hand up on the coffee table and stuff.
That's really cool. Just a little drunk. Yeah, that's the best way to get over a hangover.
And then let's shoot some of the different structures in here. There's just should be some picture frames around the corner here.
Let's give it the Metal Gear test.
Yep.
Yep.
Metal Gear still would break depending on where you shut the bottle.
Look at this
Watch
one.
the way the glass breaks here.
We got a good angle on this.
Out there and see what was happening.
You can see the dust
little,
particles.
Little dust. Yeah, that's great.
Yep. Wow.
Hold on, everyone outside. I got this.
I'm gonna shoot everything.
But most environments are destructible. Most covers destructible.
Can you make the dive over there?
He might ram his head into that.
Make the dive. You can dive over the stove. Or that.
Oh,
Yes,
almost.
nice. Go over the stove. See if it burns your suit. Ready? Oh God! Get off me, Max! No! Oh God! You're losing it in your old age, Max. Can't dive on a stove. Just roll over it.
Putting the pain back in Max Payne.
Oh God!
I like that.
The tech is just fantastic.
It's been 3 hours.
The falling
in this
off the
kitchen.
counter tech.
Yeah, like you don't see that.
Hold on, let's do it this way.
Remember Stranglehold? Constantly sliding across like fruit market tables. Yes! Oh my God! This is
Oh, you damn you, other window! Why aren't you more like the first window?
Don't be stupid! Don't be stupid! Let it go!
So they got Fabiana here.
Come on!
It might have been stupidity, drunkenness, or maybe both. But before I knew it, I was back taking insane risks, trying to save fallen women.
Every woman is his wife, basically, is
Yeah.
what he's explaining.
And once again, another
Yes.
transition from story to gameplay.
That's so cool.
And they
Who
have a
said
lot of
son of a-
scripted bullet time moments like that.
Yeah, and you can also control the velocity at which the bullet goes into your target, which is cool.
What do you mean?
You could like slow it down even further by holding down the A button.
Oh, just the camera effect?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Or fire more rounds at them and just obliterate someone's face off.
Thanks.
Somebody's gotta go find him.
Not a lot of urgency there.
So they save Fabiana here, but now they're after Bronco.
I imagine the elevator door is opening to a firing.
There's another little touch. Like the door in the elevator like stuttered for a second as he closed it. And I just really appreciate little things like that.
Bronco! What have you done with him?
Yes.
Oh, watch your head.
Oh. Ah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he recoils from it. That's great.
So that you could do that in multiplayer. So if you're diving and you hit your head, you leave yourself vulnerable for the other guy to just go ahead and shoot you.
That's really cool. Did you like multiplayer?
Yeah. Have you done any executions yet, Tim?
Oh, hold on.
You gotta shoot that guy.
This is a
I'm
troublesome situation
I'm
here.
really just doing things my own way.
Oh, nice. Oh, and their mouth opens like that. That's great.
Oh, I thought he said that was the last guy.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
So whenever you see the X, that means the guy is dead. And you could usually hear a little pop.
Ah.
Sup.
That's the centerfold
I like it. His
conclusion
centerfold.
to a battle.
Classic Max.
He walked over and he just kind of kicked his head to the side. That was cool.
All right, where's everyone?
Down in the garage.
It looked like they were taking him out through the basement. Maybe I still had a shot.
And there are collectibles in the levels. You're looking for gold weapons, and you have to assemble them, which usually means finding 3 pieces of the same gun. And then whenever you pick up that gun as you continue the game, it's more powerful. Yeah, this is the most fun I've ever had with slow motion in a game.
Looks really, really good. Oof. That came down. Shotgun to the butt. Yes.
Nice. Look out!
Do you have like a melee?
So since he had pills left, it brings up this last stand. If you don't kill the guy in a matter of like 2 shots or 10 seconds, you'll die. but if you can get a shot off on him, you'll survive and Max will heal himself.
I really like that it lets you just play the intro of the game without the tutorial, so you can actually feel what the rhythm of the first part of the game should feel like.
And then there's also arcade mode, which you can go back through these levels, and there's scoring challenges. It's kind of like, what was that The Club? Did you guys ever play that?
Yeah,
game's
the
fun.
Sega game.
Kind of reminds me of The Club, where you're running through the level as quickly as you can, trying to get as many headshots as you can. And then there's another mode, I believe it's called, within arcade mode, called New York Minute.
Is that where it's super hard?
Which is every kill gives you seconds back, and you're trying to complete levels in under a minute.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the Crash Bandicoot timed runs where you're picking up hitting boxes that give you...
Max Bandicoot.
Yeah, Max Bandicoot,
yeah.
exactly. Careful, you're out of pills and almost dead.
So when you have a secondary weapon, you just kind of hold it to your side?
Yes.
Interesting.
And there is an inventory wheel. Nice. And you can
That's a
keep
close
firing
one.
shots, by the way, when you see the slow motion.
Yeah, I was jamming on the trigger over and over again. They seem to kind of automatically lock on him.
So here's another scripted sequence that just bleeds right into gameplay.
Oh, cool. It's
Nope.
good at making like the cutscenes, like he was holding the correct weapons. It didn't just cut to a stock thing of him with a pistol.
Ooh, this could go poorly.
Bam! To the neck.
Oh man,
No?
this is
Yeah,
it.
you think you got him, and then
2 more guys.
Oh,
Nice.
Die Hard. Through the knees.
Man, I would love to see Rockstar make a Die Hard game.
Oh my God.
yeah,
would be
they
incredible.
could nail that.
Yep. Get Willis on board. That would be so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's still
jeez.
alive?
Bruce Willis.
No, this guy.
Okay. Look at that. He's just relaxing. Put his arms up.
Oh!
Sorry, I mean, I don't know what you want me to do.
Time to let him out.
You could have just opened him. Oh, hey, buddy. You guys
Ow.
taking a leak?
Oh, is that the eye? Did he go through his eye?
more.
Yeah, his hand and his eye.
I did not stop firing.
Like between his
Look
finger
at the
and
back
his
of his
thumb.
head.
Oh, jeez.
Like a pinata.
Come on, get up. Come on, get up. You're okay. Come with me. Just come on. It's okay. Just right.
So they're setting up some story here in a minute. Hey, I shot that guy myself.
A justiça local? Que porra você acha que é, falando com meus homens assim? Você acha que tem o direito de matar?
Spanish.
Cala a boca, cuzão. Continua dando multas. Não põe
Is that Spanish?
I don't know.
I don't think that's Spanish. Well, Vamos is.
And the plot, I should point out, makes a lot of twists and turns. Ends very differently than it begins. It's very cool.
Okay.
I was engaged all the way through it.
Did good, man.
I'm definitely excited to continue playing it.
You say so. Don't look so good.
Hey, what could be better, huh? The good
And they
guys
do
are
a good
the
job
eliminated,
with
and the
giving you
criminals
different
are
set piece
ahead.
moments and taking you to interesting places. Like,
So who's this guy?
there's a lot set here, obviously, but you're going to see some other things that throughout the course of this game, I don't want to ruin them for you, that are very cool. And they have some railgun sequences. There's a boat sequence. They do a nice job of changing up the pace, too.
Who's Commando Sobra? Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that was
Those are the
some-
bad guys that are trying to
Okay.
to kidnap this family for some reason.
Got a
Gotcha.
bullet hole in your tuchus there.
Get that man a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, it's not the way you want to party.
What is that effect trying to emulate? I mean, it's not like a VH. Is it like a digital video glitch or?
Yeah, I said it was like digital distortion,
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
artifacting and stuff.
but I think it's supposed to be like you're drunk, you can't really focus.
Yeah.
Light affects you. Every once in a while, things blur.
Yeah, everything becomes Technicolor when I'm drunk too. It's weird.
Puking in the sink. We've all
Classy.
been
And
there.
then
Oh yeah.
he just leaves it.
With that.
Oh, turn on the faucet, Max. Come
Hope you have a
on.
garbage disposal.
I know you're in a tough spot, but turn on the damn faucet. Jesus, you just moved into this place.
He's gonna go to sleep. Imagine waking up to that.
Run the disposal.
And they do some really nice transitions between sequences.
He left the milk out. That's how you know a man's really in trouble, is the milk is left out.
And now the
Yeah.
game really begins. Chapter 2 is the nightclub, the abduction of Fabiana.
Days
Okay.
later, it was back to work, ferrying the
Yeah, they don't waste any time getting right back into the rhythm, which makes you wonder if,
cover from their
before Max signed on, if this is the sort of thing they dealt with on a regular basis.
These were the kind of people who went
And you're going to get a lot of his past in this game. You're going to see a lot of different snapshots of his life.
so
Okay.
she could show off just how rich and
And I don't want to ruin too much, but I think we can end it here.
about to learn that
Thanks for joining us, guys. Tim, what do you think so far?
I can't wait to dig into this later tonight. I love Max Payne.
Looks awesome. I can't wait to play it.
Yeah, again, I gave it a 9.25. The game's out today. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you pick it up and join the Game Informer crew, which you can go to Rockstar's website to join it, or you can do it within game if you do get it. But we're under the Rockstar crew developers or something like that. We're in there. So please join our crew, and we'll be playing online with you guys. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Spend even more time doing something useful.